Have you ever thought about the ticking clock of eternity, the relentless march of time and the weight of our actions in this world? These are the questions that beckon us to delve into the urgency of the gospel. In the Gospel of Luke, we encounter a parable that paints an arresting picture of eternity. The story of the rich man and Lazarus brings to the fore the stark reality of eternal destinies. We see a rich man basking in the luxuries of life, and Lazarus, a poor man longing for the mere crumbs from the rich man's table. But death, the great equalizer, reverses their fortunes. Lazarus finds comfort while the rich man suffers. This parable is a stark reminder of the irreversible consequences of our earthly choices. It nudges us to prioritize our relationship with God and the salvation of souls. Moving on, the parable of the 10 virgins in the Gospel of Matthew underscores the brevity of time and the importance of preparedness. 10 virgins, 5 wise and 5 foolish, wait for the bridegroom. The wise ones bring extra oil for their lamps, while the foolish ones bring none. When the bridegroom finally arrives, the unprepared virgins find themselves shut out of the wedding feast. This parable is a clarion call to readiness and vigilance. It reminds us that we do not know the day or the hour of Christ's return, hence the need to live each day in preparation, making the most of every chance to share the gospel and live out our faith. Finally, we turn our attention to the Great Commission in Matthew. Jesus commands his disciples to go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them and teaching them to obey his commands. This is a call to action for every believer. We are not merely passive recipients of God's grace, but active participants in his mission. The Great Commission calls us to active discipleship, to spread the gospel, make disciples, and teach them to follow Christ's commands. In conclusion, the gospel calls us to a profound sense of urgency. The reality of eternity, the brevity of life, and the mandate of the Great Commission compel us to share the gospel with fervor and immediacy. The call is clear: do not delay in evangelism efforts, but seize every opportunity to lead others to Christ. The time is now, the mission is urgent, the call is to action.